Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, across the galaxy. We got an exclusive from what is going on the planet of Coruscant. First-hand experience right here with the one and only Mobile Gamer. How are you doing over there during these weird times?
I just got to tell you, I am really happy with the results that Chancellor Palpatine is doing to manage this crisis right now. If I was going to rate him on a scale of 1 to 10, it would have to be a 6.6 without a doubt. He took the bold moves and he's taking the necessary actions to squash the pandemic. And you know, his first thing was we got to get rid of the filthy Jedi and also the youngling Jedi, because those are the biggest spreaders of by far.
They
the
touch
younglings.
Everything.
And dude, these Jedis are like international travelers. They just spread it everywhere, and he just squashed that. And the clones just happen to be immune, and everything's fine, dude. Coruscant would be not the place it is today was not for Palpatine. You hit it for first. Palpatine did nothing wrong. He's the best guy ever.
All hail the Emperor, ladies and gentlemen. So with that Coruscant update right there, we got this subtle flex above us with Rey and Kylo Ren. We're going to talk about two things today. Firstly, we're going to talk about, does Rey need to be nerfed or does Kylo need to be buffed? We already talked about the events. We've beaten the topic to death. And then we're going to talk about the test account drama. If you guys heard about it, I said a little bit on my stream. Test accounts being pulled away from Game Changers, or ex-Game Changers, I should say. And that affects a lot of people out there. We're going to talk more about that. But Mobile Gamer, you were like, you saw the stream. You saw that Rey could win the Jawas. You saw that I can underdog gas and just Rey in one other character. And you're like, I have a list of characters I want you to try with Rey. See if you can beat gas.
Just characters that I wanted to create a team of high synergy and functionality. And my criteria for this team is, like maybe gear 10-ish and light side. And the synergies there with Rey is the thing. So
show you what's your thought.
I'm a Gundai.
Okay.
Rebel Leia, Captain Han, and Jedi Counselor.
Wow, no cop in there? Wow.
Dude, you don't understand the master theory crafting that is going behind this team right here. Like people for years will be talking about this team. No, not Kira, not Cassian.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Altogether wrong.
Oh my gosh,
right.
I am so sorry.
That would never work.
That would not have worked. Oh god,
dude, you're not understanding the synergy that is needed to make this team work. You are. How dare you have this character in your account? You don't understand how it works.
I apologize.
Don't you know how to make this team work correctly? Get good. Read the kit.
Read the kit. Get gooder.
Read the kit.
Get gooder.
Get good. Oh my god. Yeah, this is such a weird thing. I don't know, man.
I don't know where this game has come to, man. Sometimes I swear.
Okay, so in reality, I don't know if you're gonna win or not. But here's the thing: it's like, oh, you can't revive, but that's not the point. But
you said it's the best theory ever, man. What happened here?
Maybe I was wrong. But this is gonna be. It's gonna be really weird if this is all that's needed. I don't know if maybe not. It seems like Gas is a good team, and I know that you can make it work with Jawas, and it doesn't take a lot. It seems almost unbeatable, and maybe this is the key to beating this team is to trick your opponent into using these characters. I don't know. It just mind control them from across the planet. And then they will use this team composition and you'll be set. Are you gonna get through? You gonna get before he stands up?
I don't know, man.
Oh my goodness!
So weird. I have
you
no
need to put
idea.
more. Did you mod her right? She doesn't look fast enough. I think you need to have more speed mods on her. I mean, I could be wrong. Okay, so we got a 1v1 situation, and he gets deleted. Hey, did you even mod your team correctly?
I could tell there. I could tell we weren't working at 100% efficiency right there. Ray seemed a little bit off her A game. I think we need to put another 700 speed on her there. What happened there, dude?
I don't know, man. It's just such a weird thing.
Here, watch this. I got this Kylo Ren over here.
Now, the question that I have is I know you spent a lot of money on Rey and Kylo, but that Gas team was not cheap.
That was
No,
Not at
that was
all.
an expensive team right there. I mean, if they wailed and relicked on that gas team, that was a lot of money also. And that is the top tier team that basically lost to Ray and 4 garbage characters.
4
and so,
absolute garbage. I had no mods and I'm a gonna die. It was a gear 8 or 9 I was running there. And it's like, so there is something messed up with the balance here. And I don't quite know what it is.
You can't win with Kylo, right? You just can't win with Kylo? Is it like nearly impossible to win with Kylo?
I'm putting on auto right now just to show that, you know, like on Kylo, I've won battles of Kylo, but you have to be very specific. You have to have good characters. You got to have a good strategy, and you are going to lose a lot of people, even with a good lineup. It is not a cakewalk. I have never seen such raw, untamed power. Like even
at least go after 5s.
It's the AI messing it up. That's not me playing right now.
Okay. I know.
But yeah, it's like something raised just between her kit. She seems even coded to like have a certain priority. Remember when Jedi Knight Revan came out? He was buffed to always go after Traya.
Yeah.
After Traya's gone, always go after Nihilus. Gas didn't have that type of priority. He just kind of aims everywhere. This team kind of aims everywhere. And Rey has this order. I noticed that Darth Revan has a higher priority than Nihilus. I noticed that Thrawn has a higher priority than Nihilus. And like it kind of knows like Wat Tambor has a pretty has a high priority up there somewhere. So it kind of seems like they coded this character to have a broken kit. And in my opinion, the 2 worst things about this kit, it's like, oh man, like we just one of gear 10 characters, gear 8, 9, and whatever it was with no mods. And that was not a joke of a team I had. We had Geo Brood, we had Darth Revan, and I probably could have played that manually. We still would have lost some characters. And I just don't know if this character is like way too broken or Kylo's just underperforming. Because I actually kind of think Kylo's a balanced character. Kylo beats Rey, which is kind of nice, but how many people are going to have Kylo to counter Rey? And the 2 things that come to my mind are the damage immunity. The damage immunity is the biggest thing I think about Rey's kit that makes it so difficult. And secondly, the constant resetting. The reason why this works is because Rey just keeps resetting the cooldowns under Sudden Whirlwind. What do you think? Should she be nerfed? I mean, or should Kylo be buffed? I don't know. Like you, go for it, man. I don't know.
There's 2 things that I'm curious about. The first thing is, you know, how is this going to play out with the ultimate abilities, and then then we can see a bigger picture. But also, you know, in the past, they kind of gave us like developer intentions for the characters. Like where do they see this character fitting into the game in general? And, you know, if that was their intention, you know, that Rey with, let's say the best team right now is Rey with the Resistance brothers, Finn and Poe, and then with Chewie and General Kenobi, or there's some people out there that are using Watt with L3.
Yeah, I saw that.
Watt with L3, and you know, and then it's like, well, why not just run Malik, and then you don't have to worry about Palpatine on the other side. There's all kinds. I mean, we don't even know what the best team is, but what was their intention? What is their intention? I mean, is it accidental that Rey is this strong and Kylo is half as strong? I mean, I don't think Kylo.
I lost your lineup there. I hope you're not mad. I ruined your team. We're gonna have to finish with that a little bit more.
You put any logical relic characters there, you're gonna win.
I tested this out the other day, and people were giving me recommendations. I'm like, literally, you can put almost any team together, and you're gonna do fine. Yeah. It's how it is.
And right now, a lot of people are trying Palpatine to beat Rey, and there's some teams out there running around, and I understand that, and there probably is a team that could be Rey, but all they got to do is throw Malik on the team, and then Palpatine doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Or
it's just
some
like there's
passive
some weird
cleansing or something. Because if you got like the L3 Watt, if you get stuck behind L3, it's kind of game over there at that point. I don't know, man. I feel bad for people who really want to go after Kylo, but right now, I mean, I'm sure the ult ability is going to add that little extra oomph to his kit, but to this extent, like Rey, and she is such a powerful tool. Like imagine Grand Arena. You're stuck behind a gas, and you're like, huh, I got Rey and I got a couple of Gear 8 characters. Let's give this a shot, huh? It's like with Kylo, it's like, and I don't know, man. There's something off with this character. It seems like.
If you're in your next Grand Arena, I'm gonna be watching it closely. At least for the first Grand Arena that you have. If your opponent does not have Rey, I really want to see you put her on the front line. You know what I mean? On the front line with the bonkers team, whatever that is going to be, garbage team beside her and 2 garbage teams behind her, and then on the other side, all meta characters.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
just, just to see what happens. You know, have your gas and your Darth Revan and your Padme on the other side, and have fun with that, dude. I don't know if you can win. You know, you're gonna beat them. I just want to see. That may be really cheese, but I hope you're paired with people that have less Galactic Legends. What if they value Rey and Kylo the same, and so the people that win Kylo are behind everybody that had Rey for months? Because how long is it going to take you to get? Let's say you're in a position to get both, but you win Kylo, you're still behind. Well, what if you went only Kylo, and now it's like, oh, I'm going to be behind until I get both, which is start over. Anyways.
I don't know, man. I think I think Kylo's balanced. I think I think Rey should be brought down to more of Kylo's level. Like, Kylo can do stuff, and
Not yet. We need to see the ultimates, and we need to figure all that out too.
Maybe
I want to see the whole picture.
But even before ultimates of I'm just talking about Rey. I don't care about the Kylo right now. I think he's gonna be okay after everything is said and done. But it's like with Rey, with her being this powerful, is that something you're okay seeing? I mean, I'm sure we're gonna maybe find.
So you just did random relic characters right here,
I'm just throwing some random characters in here right now, just for
this
fun.
Is nothing right here. You're gonna win without even thinking.
Yeah.
This is random relic characters with no synergy. It's just like, because they're not gonna die.
Kylo can't do this. That's the point I'm trying to make. Rey can do this all day. Kylo cannot do this, especially on full auto, man. I gotta say, it's just been insane. Seeing that power difference between Rey and Kylo. Like, I think Kylo's fine. The question is, does Rey need to be pulled down a bit? Because this is with Rey without her alternate ability.
Yeah, and you're not gonna need to. Maybe this is how you use Rose. It's just like you throw Rey on defense with the garbage resistance, and you save the good resistance for an offensive team, and you're good to go. And the other person's going to struggle no matter what with your garbage Rose and whatever resistance pilot and trooper and all that stuff. And there you go, right? They're relicked already, right?
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's so many misplays with this AI right now that I'm watching. Like, they're like wasting all this time going after Echo. It's just insane seeing how these characters are. And we're still looking at finding those counters. But man, I feel like the counters we're going to come across today are going to be very difficult. Like, when I see Kylo, if I see Supreme Leader Kylo, I'm like, all right, it can use Sith Empire, I can use gas. There's so many counters to Supreme Leader Kylo right now. The only best thing about Supreme Leader Kylo I've seen so far is that is the most consistent way of beating Rey, and I guess that's the best thing about it.
I can't understand if this is intentional or not. Do they realize the disparity between the two? They have to know this a little bit, right? I don't know. We had, remember when Bastila came out and it wasn't working correctly?
Yeah.
They fed us all this stuff and we had all the kits, and then they launched it and it didn't work for a couple days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a couple days. I hope that this is not it. And I don't know, man. And I hope also too, if there's some absurd counter, they don't just like add a line to her text to counter it. Like,
yeah, that's one of the biggest.
Palpatine can't game bonus turn meter. Yeah, like it just says something in there. It's like, well.
Or how about this? They could just say light side allies are immune to shock, or something like that, and that's it. That's all they. That wouldn't nerf Palpatine. That would just ruin that counter. That would just ruin that being a counter. So that's all they have to do. So that's my biggest concern, because the two most consistent things I've seen so far is Palpatine lead or Darth Revan lead, and they're both. It's tough to set it up. And if they just shut down shock, that's game set match. That's it at that point. So that's the biggest concern I think I have right now, is that we're finding counters slowly. Granted, maybe not the best right now, but there's something that's working. And Palpatine, all they have to do is just light side allies immune to shock, and that's it. I hope they don't go that far.
She just one hits. It's crazy, man. And if this is not on cooldown, it's just gonna go.
I think that honestly, as I said, the damage immunity has to be changed, and or that constant reset of that sudden whirlwind. And I think I'd rather take that sudden whirlwind having some sort of cooldown. That constant reset, what makes this work. If she couldn't do that, if she couldn't have that cooldown of 0 every single time someone's fallen below 60% health or whatever the case may be, I think she'd be a lot more balanced, because we would not be able to bring in your Gear 8 team earlier, or Jawas, or just some random characters in here. I don't know. I think at the minimum, I wish Kylo would have at least out the gate the same viability as Ray, because Ray, her ceiling is going to go even higher with that ultimate ability going forward. I don't know if Kyle's going to do that.
What if this is they're setting us up to sell us something else later? I mean, part of this thing is create an artificial problem or artificial scarcity, and then sell us the solution later. You know, create a problem or some sort of artificial scarcity and then sell it to us back.
That could be it.
I mean, it's this is what they do. I mean, that's it's actually a pretty good business plan, actually.
We'll see. I know we're supposed to be getting another Road Ahead blog post soon. I don't think there's going to be any more First Order or Resistance stuff in the near future, especially. I mean, I don't care about Resistance because they're already set. It's the First Order that needs some help going forward. I think Kylo's an all right team. I think Ray just outshines them greatly, and people I've talked to who got Kylo, they feel gypped. Big time. I'm actually falling on defense harder with Kylo than I am with Gas or Ray or something like that. So
yeah, I saw that you were at like 19. That is,
it's falling hard.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's falling hard, and it was higher earlier too. So last thing we're going to talk about before we wrap this up, you guys heard a little bit of the drama. We talked actually quite extensively on Mobile Gamers channel. Test accounts being pulled from ex Gamechangers. There's no Game Changer program for Galaxy of Heroes ever since about a year ago when they pulled the plug. But a lot of content creators relied on these test accounts. I mean, I think you didn't wail on the characters because you're like, I'll have this test account. There's no need for me to wail. And you're like, man, I probably should have wailed to get these characters. And but there's like a lot of small content creators out there. Like I know Skeletrix. I heard from him a little bit. He does raid videos on these test accounts. And Capital Games, they just decided, you know, we're going to pull away all these test accounts. We're closing up whatever Discord server we had left, which really had no communication with them. And a lot of people seemed upset about this because of the timing. The timing doesn't seem good because of the bad press publicity that the Galactic Legends events are getting. My hope and dream is that they're going to just burn everything to the ground and try to rebuild the communication, rebuild the community, because I think maybe they finally realize, man, we're being too quiet. We're not communicating. We have a bad relationship. We're not getting good feedback on these events before they're released. My hope is that they're closing everything down. They're maybe going to start a brand new program from scratch and hopefully get something back because the community just seems in disarray right now. Well, that's my hope. What are your takes?
That is a very optimistic take. Yeah. And, you know, the question for me is why now?
Yeah.
And I personally thought it was because of the community and outrage with this event and our thoughts and feelings about this event. Everybody has been vocal about this, and you know, you've been tempered in the past, and you didn't hold back. You know what I mean? You didn't hold back at all. You said what you really thought about this, and I don't understand if that's it or if it's something more, but we did some digging. It looks like they're pulling back everywhere.
It's not just
everywhere.
Us. Not just
it wasn't just us. It was not just us. It looks like it was beta testers, other developers, people that build websites,
bots and stuff like that.
Bots, everybody. It's like they have this wall right now where no information is going out. Maybe they're trying to control the flow of information to prevent leaks. Maybe there's something really big coming.
Yeah.
That is also very optimistic.
That's very optimistic, yeah.
Initially, I thought it was personal, like directed at you and I and everybody, right?
I don't think so, no.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, I don't think it was directed specifically at us. I think it's everybody.
I think I'm taking the optimistic approach, and because I see everybody getting this message, basically that they're closing everything down, they're going to start something brand new. Maybe they finally are like, all right, we can't just keep these doors closed off forever. We need more feedback. We need to try to build this community together, because I feel just so much like sadness and negativity in our community. So maybe they're finally like, all right, we're going to maybe uplift this no talk policy on forums, Reddit, YouTubers, beta testers. And they might start from scratch. So I don't know why they pulled the test account. So I feel like this doesn't burden them whatsoever. That's the part that kind of seems weird to pull this from everybody. Doesn't affect me. Again, as you see up here, I got both of these Galactic Legends. Thanks to you guys supporting the channel, liking, subscribing, donating, all that stuff. Helps me stay independent. So if weird stuff like this happens, I'm not too concerned. But I feel a little bit concerned for those smaller content creators. Cubs has that 1v1 thing. Skeletrix breaks the raid. That's going to be hard to do without test accounts for them. That's going to be a little tricky.
It definitely makes things different, that's for sure.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for our video today. Mobile Gamer, thank you, as always, for hanging out with us. Any final words of wisdom you want to part before I tell them to go check out your video we did yesterday, my friend?
Wash your hands.
How often? How often? You got to tell them. How often you have to wash your hands?
In a 3-4 day period, at least once.
At least once. That's the Cubs fan Han advice, right?
I saw it. Oh, never mind.
All right, guys. See you. Outro's rolling. I forgot to mute us. So we're just gonna let the outro roll on the song.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. Bye.